And welcome everybody into this year's initial edition of Tiger Talk with head football coach Mike Collins here. And we are live at Melvyn's along with a host of Tiger fans that have filled this place up. We hope to do that each and every Wednesday night as we get going for the 2025 season. I'm your host, Stewart Shelby, and we appreciate everybody tuning in here on Sunday 98.3 and also here on the Neville Tiger Network. Our first segment is brought to you by our good friends over there at H. Michaels Sports. H. Michaels, where you can go to get all your team gear and from any school around there, but most importantly, they got a couple of racks full of Neville gear. You get those before tomorrow night's first home game versus the Evangel Eagles. Well, Coach, it's been a while since we've sat down here and done this. The season had a successful season in 2024. Didn't end exactly the way we wanted to, but it was with every season you start another one, and the goals are the same here going into this season. I want to talk about maybe a little bit what you guys were doing over the spring and summer and what's got us to this point here before the first game of the year.
Yeah, I think we started in the off season, started in January, and Coach Herndon and our off season program, and just went to work. And we made it about us. We didn't make it about anything else. And I think that was the most important thing. You know, what can we do to get better? What can we do to be better at our position? What can we do to be a better team, a better offense, a better defense, a better kicking game? And, you know, and then led right into the summer. Of course, we had a spring game against Bird. It went pretty good. You know, found out some things about our football team that we needed to know. And as the summer came about, you know, we had a great summer. We had over 70 guys have perfect attendance, which is tremendous, out of 100. And I think we had 108. And so in the summer program, but 70 of them. So, you know, that's huge, you know, right there. Just shows you the commitment of our team and our players. And, you know, led us into August and August camp. And, you know, we had a good camp. Thought we got better as camp went on. Had a scrimmage against Huntington. Scrimmage went well. Played partial quarter, and we played a quarter in the scrimmage. At the end of the scrimmage, had a number of plays early. And, you know, led us up to the Jamboree, and then everything became live, and played half a ball game there in the Jamboree. And, you know, so the preparation has been really good for our team. I think our players have done a really good job. You know, like everybody else in America, you just have to stay healthy as a team. You got to know how to practice the proper way. There's opportunities for us to practice, you know, with just helmets on. And, you know, we've got to be able to do that from time to time, take some of the pressure off of our players, and especially when it's, you know, as hot as it is, and the way you have to monitor your team according to the heat and all that, the wet bulb they call it. And we've been very fortunate with that because we practice on grass. And the thing about that is our grass is probably somewhere in the neighborhood of about 100 degrees if it's a 100-degree day, and then the turf is about 170. So that's the reason why we do it, and you know, that's the reason why we're able to practice. Everybody wants to know how we practice. Well, we practice on the grass. We don't go out there and practice on the turf. So I think that's important, and you know, couldn't be more proud of our players for their effort during camp. We practice hard, and we're going to practice hard, and you know, I think they're accustomed to the way we practice and how we like to practice, and all the situations that we're going to practice during the course of the season. They really came in the fold, you know, the other night in the ball game, all different kind of scenarios, and you know, and man, and Coach Herndon and I were talking the other day, and he came in and said, you know, Coach, we had dang near every scenario we practice in practice, just could take a script of practice out there, and that's the way we try to do it, you know, and I think it basically happened. And so now we have to be able to execute during those times, and we got to execute better in practice to be able to do it in the ball game as well.
Well, you brought up the Jamboree, and once again the Tigers were involved in the Bayou Jamb, and thanks to Patty Thurman and her family and their crew for putting together an epic
Awesome
event.
event,
And that has been going on for a while now.
19
years.
Yeah.
That's right. And the Tigers played the Bearcats the Friday night marquee game out there at Malone Stadium, and it was a typical Neville Ruston matchup. It doesn't matter whether it's Jamborees, whether it's in the regular season. Lately, it's been a tough battle, and it was one again where the Tigers came out, looked really good there in the first half. The Bearcats made a few adjustments. Now it's
Right.
2 quarters. That's the way the Jamborees go. But like you were saying, you were talking with Coach Herndon, same deal. You got some scenarios. You had some success offensively and defensively,
Right.
came out fine. And in the back end of that game, a couple of big plays that kind of cost you a couple of points there at the end. But it was a 2-quarter game. Ruston had more when they blew the whistle, but at the same time, I think you learned a lot from some of your guys. And before we get into that, do we got a couple of clips from that Bayou Jamb? I think Will's got some things queued up for us. Here's one of those first deals.
Yeah, and there's great job by Jaden Reed right there, fitting in there, and linebacker doing a good job of spilling the ball to him. And I think that's team defense. One guy taking the blocker on so that the ball kicks to the guy it's supposed to kick to, and that's important. I mean, that's part of the fundamentals of being a good defensive football team. And then, Jaden Reed having the ability to be such a great tackler, kicking him the ball is important in our defense as well. To both safeties, him and Julian Burns, and then Max Carter. So that's big, and that's just the way we like to play defense.
You got what's up next on the clip deal? Here we go. This is a nice run here from Jamarian.
It is, and, I think he's got a chance to be a really special back. The thing that I think we learned, about that is the fact that, there were some opportunities for him to make some big plays, and once we got the video and gave him a chance to see it, hey, I've just got to trust it, stay with it a little bit longer, and trust the blocking up front. And then there were some holes that were going to open up for him, and instead of bouncing it outside. We have outside running plays. We want you to run outside. We got inside running plays. We want you to run inside. So, again, it's a good teaching and learning lesson for him. And gives us the ability, in the Jamboree, I think more than anything else, it gives you the ability to be able to teach. We did a lot of good things. We got to show those good things. This is how we do it. This is how it's supposed to be done. Then you get a chance to have some missed opportunities. And why did we miss those opportunities? Did we miss a block? Did we miss a tackle? Did we not throw the ball to the right person? Or should we have run the ball instead of throwing the ball? So it just gives you a really good opportunity as a coach to teach and really emphasize that what's important and how we asked you to do it, there's a reason why. And for our players, I think that's, a big learning lesson.
Next, you got another clip there, Will? Let's see what we got here.
Another run right there, get the power, and, Jamarian, we'd really like to keep him right up inside of Bennett right there, 76, and let him trust that thing a little bit more. But again, he's able to bounce it outside. He has great speed, and he's able to get it out there and make something out of nothing, really. And, we just got to trust the blocking.
Yeah. Next clip.
First drive of the game, then we throw the ball to Zeeland down there, and he's going to be a really, really big target for us. Yeah. And, his size and his ability to run and go up and catch the ball. And then Parker does a nice job of throwing the ball up to him right there. And, you got to give Ruston credit. They made a couple adjustments on him so to try to take him out of the ball game, which, they had done last year to the same thing to us, with Dumas and all those guys. So, again, as they made adjustments, we've got to make them as well. But that was a great throw and catch by those two guys. And obviously you got to have protection to be able to throw and catch. And, so we were able to get it done right there. And then we come up with a big fumble right here. I think our defensive tackle, Kiki strips the ball. Kiki Harris strips the ball out of the fullback on the give. we were able to come up with it and give us, great field position. And, obviously really had a ton of momentum at that point in the game. And, got to take advantage of that too as well. We get the ball right there on the 30-yard line, and, we got to have points. We can't just have field goals. And, even though proud of Rex for the way he kicked the ball. And, look, Brooks Yerger did a great job on the hold. Good protection right there. And but the key is you get too many field goals and stuff
you
like
get
happened,
opportunities,
yeah.
short fields. You want to put 7 points on the board.
Yeah, you got to be able to get it in the end zone. And again, there were some opportunities that we missed right there during the course of that series that I think we would have been a lot better off.
Yep. Next clip.
Then we come back on defense again. It's a really good job by Jalen Watkins, and they didn't call that one a fumble, just a lost yardage tackle for a loss. And they were running counter read on us and pulling both the guard and tackle, and then the quarterback's reading the defensive end, and Jalen just kind of went and got it, and linebacker sitting and holding for the quarterback, and I think the quarterback sees that because he pulls it later, and we tackle him, and then he pulled it later and made a good run on it just because we had both guys doing the same thing instead of one doing one and one doing the other. So, again, it's just a good teaching point for us. We did it right there, and we do it right again, and then the next time we don't do it right. So, consistency, again, why we do what we do.
You've got – let's go to that next clip here. Here's a nice –
really good job by Julian Burns right there setting the edge on the toss sweep. It's right at him, and he's big and powerful, and I think that's, one of the reasons why we put him down there in the box more this year. Of course, Max has done a really good job at free safety for us, but Julian came, set the edge, and then did what he's supposed to. He knocks it back into all the pursuit coming from the backside right there, both linebackers and the D-line. So, again, doing what we're supposed to do, doing how we're coached to do, and, everybody's got a job to do. I mean, if I'm the corner, I'll knock it back inside. If I'm the safety, I'll knock it back to all my help, and so sometimes I'm a linebacker and I got to spill it to my help. So it's just
team defense.
It is
to be successful.
Yeah, 100%.
You sacrifice individually for team goal, team
100%. And then Ruston, obviously famous for running power and ISO and all that, and we do a really good job with it. I think I was really proud of our D line, especially early in the game. We did a lot of good
fast,
things. Yeah,
we
played fast on defense. Period. Sometimes we didn't do everything too smart, but again.
But you did it fast.
We did it fast, and again, if you got people playing hard, I think that's the emphasis that we try to make. If you got people playing hard, then you can make up for a mistake that's made, and and then you can live play another down. If you're not playing hard, then you give up a mistake, and then it's a touchdown. Somebody's band's playing it in yours.
Exactly,
so,
and you don't want to hear that.
No, we don't want to hear that.
You want to hear that. A lot of Tiger rag at the end of these drives. Well, any more in there? That's it. All right, so those were the clips from the shortened Jamboree that we played last Friday night. It's all for real starting tomorrow night as the Evangel Eagles come to town, and we're going to talk more about that later on in the show. But as we come up on our first break, we've got a pretty big show for you. We've got a couple of the offensive linemen that are sitting there waiting to come on and talk. I'm sure they've been preparing for this.
I'm sure they are.
All afternoon. And we'll also be talking with Coach Eric Herndon, Neville's head of strength and conditioning, here coming up later in the show as well. So, Coach, appreciate you being here as we do every Wednesday night. But we'll talk with you. We'll give you some time to grab a bite here at Melvin's Restaurant, where we're going to be every Wednesday at 6:30 each and every week of this football season. We're glad you joined us here on the Neville Tiger Network and Sunday 98.3. When we return, we've got a couple of Tiger players we're going to introduce you to, so you don't want to miss that. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Hey, it's Misty Hodge with the Hodge Baruki Group, coming live to you from Bill Rupel Stadium. In real estate, just like in football, You need a winning game plan.
And at the Hashvaruki Group, we call the plays that get you to the goal line. Buying, selling, or dreaming, let me help you score your home this season. Go Tigers!
At Origin Bank, we understand the importance of community. That's why we're committed to the Northeast Louisiana Food Bank, providing meals to 25,000 of our neighbors across 12 parishes. Through their efforts, they provide about 6 million meals a year to those facing hunger in our area. Visit foodbanknela.org to learn more, sign up to volunteer, or donate to support their mission. Thanks so much to the Nela Food Bank for your community efforts and for partnering with us at Origin Bank.
Lily Joyce, Neville Class of 2024. I drive a Nissan Rogue from Sparks. Go Tigers.
Vincent Ware, Class of 2000, Sparks Nissan and Kia Sales, Maxima Driver. Go Tigers.
Kenya Dawson Bennett, Neville High School, Class of 1993. I'm a proud Nissan Murano owner from Sparks Nissan. Go Tigers!
Our team knows the winning combination is always Neville Nation and Sparks Nissan Kia. Join the team today. Remember, hot deals start with Sparks.
It's about tradition, value, and community. We worship here and we serve here. It's an honor to support the community that has given us so much. Tradition, value, and community. That's Creed and Creed. If you've been injured in an accident, call Creed and Creed today. Proudly serving this great community for over 25 years.
All right, Mr. Mayor, we are done.
Thank you, Doc.
Yes, sir. Miss Gwen's gonna get you all seated and ready to roll. Nothing to eat or drink for 3 to 4 hours.
Come on, Doc. I was hoping to get myself some po' boys and tamales.
No, Mr. Mayor, you can't do that. But if you could, where would you go?
We gotta go see Chris Lewis at Coney Island Connection.
Stop by Coney Island Connection, where you get more than just a chili cheeseburger and a chili cheese dog. I guarantee you won't be disappointed. Right here at Coney Island Connection.
I'm Dr. Stewart Shelby with Family Solutions. When you hear the words Family Solutions, you may not know that we're a comprehensive, strength-based counseling and psychiatric clinic. Family Solutions provides psychiatric care, individual and couples therapy, child and adolescent counseling, psychological testing, medication management. We also provide occupational therapy, physical therapy, speech therapy, and ABA therapy in one convenient location. For more information on how we can help your family today, visit FamilySolutionsCounseling.org.
At Jim Taylor Buick GMC, it's not about us, it's about you. We know getting the right ride can be tough, but that's what we're here for. That's why we are dedicated to finding you the right look, the right size, and the right feel, all at the right price.
At the end of the day, it doesn't matter who you root for. What unites us is stronger than what divides us. Come experience what we're all about at Jim Taylor Buick GMC in Monroe.
At St. Francis Health, we're focused on serving you with a dedication to excellence, innovation, clinical expertise, and respect for who you are as a person. As we turn our attention to the future, our commitment to Northeast Louisiana is at the center of how we move St. Francis forward. Our highly skilled team has one thing in mind: excellence in healthcare. It is our honor and our mission to serve you and this community. St. Francis, official healthcare partner of the Neville Tigers.
Hi, welcome back, everybody, as we've entered the second segment here on Tiger Talk. We're live from Melvin's Restaurant, as we are every Wednesday during football season. I'm your host, Stewart Shelby, and the second segment is brought to you by our good friends over there at Stat Home Care. As you can see, we've traded Coach Collins for a couple of his senior players that we have here. Starting on my far left, Bennett McNabb, and we have Davis Shelby. Feel free to clap for everybody. I know there's everybody here. There you go. That's much better. Got Van Martinez right here, and I'm going to get out of the way so you can see my man Ronald Corley, who is joining us here. And we got a couple of offensive linemen. And I'll start with you, Ronald. Senior year, right? And it's been a hard summer. It's been probably a hard 3 or 4 years, but it's kind of finally, hopefully, going to pay off for you here this senior year. Talk about maybe your goals coming into this season.
Oh, yeah, coming into the season, me personally, I wanted to try to play the best on the O-line. I wanted to kind of put my name out there saying that this is my first year starting. I just wanted to kind of prove myself to my peers and my coaches that, yeah, I could play football.
Well, I mean, at Neville, it's been a pretty strong history of offensive linemen coming through over the past few years, and now it's your turn to shine there. Right guard, right there, and it might be a little moving around maybe sometimes, but you've been a fixture there this summer, haven't you?
Yes, sir.
All right, good. All right, Van Martinez, current ULM commit, right? And we're looking forward to seeing what he can do, but not quite on the college level because we've got some games to play here. And, you know, I know that you've done a lot of work in the offseason over the past few years and kind of modeled your training after some of the previous, you know, Tiger offensive linemen that are coming here. Talk about what you kind of do not only on the field but maybe a little bit extra that goes into your preparation for this year.
Yeah, man, I just want to give all glory to God first. It hasn't been easy, but you got to find a way to do it and do the work, and you just got to be willing to do it every single day and just know that there's something better on that other side, and you just got to put your hand in the dirt and go to work.
Well, and you definitely show that each and every time you've been on the field. Second year starting, third year starting. That's right. As you came in there, and you've gotten to see a lot of good line play as we go through here. And a lot of expectations on this offensive line for this season. You know, we lost Jalen Nichols last year, but we've got J-Rob back there. It's looking to make some strides on the ground, plus a couple other backs. And it's definitely going to be on the backs of some of you guys to get that job done. And maybe even let Parker stay upright every now and again, right? All right, I'm going to skip you because I'm going to come over here to Bennett McNabb. And Bennett, you know, this season, probably kind of like Ronald, you've had some spot play and over the past few years, but got to more of a continual role there last year. And this year, you're ready to get going for the Tigers. So talk about, you know, your journey here and what you're looking forward to your senior year.
I'm really looking forward to taking pride in running the football, you know, and taking a deep playoff run with the team. I feel like we got a great group of guys that, you know, we're real tight on the offensive side of the ball. Defense is a very scary sight, you know. And finally getting Neville over that semifinal hump, you know, and deep in the playoff run and hopefully getting to the Dome and winning.
Well, yeah, if you don't have lofty goals, you can't reach them, right? And last but not least, and I didn't do this because I didn't want to single you out, but this is Davis Shelby, who is kind of has been a tight end for now, and now helping out on the special teams a little bit, long snapping, and talk about what you've done over the summer and everything else to kind of talk about that transition from the line to just deep snapping.
Yeah, coming from being a tight end to being a long snapper, it's just all just filling a job, doing what you have to do to make the team better, and that's where I was put and that's where it's placed, and that's my role. Over the summer, just went to workouts like everybody else, all these guys, and just did what I did what I could do, and try to perfect everything to make sure everything goes smoothly.
Exactly, and on this team, you've got a lot of guys on this football team. Everybody has a role to do wherever you are, and it's about doing your job, taking that job on, accepting it, and then doing the best you can with it. All right, I'm going to come back over here to you, Ronald. As you can see, we've had to push the cameras back and everything else to get this group of large young men in here. And I know if Parker was here, he'd be very proud to be standing behind some of these guys. All right, Ronald. Away from football, anything else? What's your focus, or what's one of your favorite things you like to do maybe away from the football field?
Oh, hobbies like solving the Rubik's Cube and playing chess. Those are my favorite things to do outside of football. A couple of years back, my father gave me a Rubik's Cube and had forced me to solve it. Since then that's been the thing on the forefront of my mind outside of school and football, just chess and a Rubik's Cube.
I have to say that's the first time I've ever got that answer on here, but that's awesome. I mean, the Rubik's Cube is great. You do the time stuff and all that jazz? You done any competitions?
Yes, I've done one in Panama.
In Panama? How'd you do?
I placed 6th out of 150.
Wow, that's insane. I wish we'd have known that coming in, and I'd have brought a Rubik's Cube, and while I talk to these three, I'm going to have you solve it. But next time, playoff stuff like that. All right, and same question to you, Van. Just outside of football, what kind of you enjoy doing?
I just love hunting and fishing. Every chance I get, I'll hunt and I'll fish.
Now, we have heard that on this show before. What do you like best? Do you like duck, deer, turkey, anything?
Everything and anything.
All you need is the opportunity, right? All right. Well, I wish you a successful hunt season sometime after December the 12th. How about that? All right. Very good. All right, Davis. I know you're not only you're the student body president this year, and what has that kind of opportunity allowed you to get involved here a little bit more your senior year, at least talk about what that meant to you?
Yeah, getting student body president was a big deal to me because I love Neville, grew up there because of you and just everybody else that was involved. And being able to be a part of the Neville that I knew and try to improve it has been a blast. Starting some stuff, meeting with student council, working with every different spirit group is just, it means the world to me to help improve my school and make it better for the future generation.
Well, that's a good answer as we go through there, and there's definitely going to be a great pep rally tomorrow. It's Thursday because we are playing on Thursday, and I know the girls in the back and all the support groups are ready to get that thing going. What's the theme tomorrow?
The theme is Hollywood,
So put on your Hollywood best, and we want to see you at 600 Forsyth. All right, Bennett, which are some of your favorite things to do? I've watched you grow up as well, so surprise me. You got any surprises in your back pocket for me?
Not really any surprises. Like to hang out with family, travel a little bit, hang out with friends a lot on the weekends and have fun, and get my grades right.
There you go. I know Mama sitting right here is going to be proud of that. But when you talk about it, you had an older brother that came through the program. Mason, I know you had an older brother Davis, you had an older brother whose name was Mason coming through the program. It might be you that I mess up. You know how I messed up a couple of, who was it that I always called? I called Brody Watley. No, I called, what was the receiver that I called Brody Watley all the time? Hanlon. I apologize once again that I called Bradley Hanlon Brody Watley for a whole season. And how about you, Ronald? Any of your brothers, anybody else come through?
Cousins specifically had Jesse Merrills played linebacker and Franklin Mansville played running back.
I remember both of those. Jesse Merrills, I believe, played with my brother Will, state champion back in '95. If I'm not right, Will, am I right on that? Yes, I am. Well, look, guys, y'all have done a great job being up here in front of all the lights and everything else. So we're going to let you get off the hook. We appreciate you filling up this segment. It's been brought to you by Stat Home Care. When we return, we're going to talk with one of their favorite people, Coach Eric Herndon, who has been so nice and not very demanding on them all summer long, and we're going to talk to him here when we return. But we appreciate you guys for taking some time out of your day to come share a little bit with us here on Tiger Talk. How about a round of applause for these young men? All right, we'll be right back with more Tiger Talk right after this.
Imagine having a beautiful smile that carries you through all stages of life, and that beautiful smile begins at Caples & Robinson Orthodontics. To further enhance our patient experience and care, Dr. Caples and Dr. Robinson welcome Dr. Cammie Laird as a new member of the Caples & Robinson practice. And with over 56 years of combined practice, we are the most experienced orthodontic group in Northeast Louisiana. We use the latest advancements in orthodontic technology, including the Damon Ultima system for braces, and Spark aligners that are customized to fit your life, not the other way around. Our doctors and staff will make sure you have the best experience possible on your journey to a straighter smile. That includes faster and more comfortable treatment that will give you a smile you'll be proud to wear. Ready to get started? Contact Caples & Robinson Orthodontics today at 318-325-9655 and take the first step towards a confident smile.
Hey Tiger fans, craving something delicious? Swing by the Sonic Drive-In on North 18th Street in Monroe for the ultimate drive-in experience. From classic burgers and crispy tots to slushes and frozen treats, we've got it all. And here's the best part. We're proud to support Neville High School athletics. Whether you're fueling up after the big game or cheering on our Tigers, Sonic is your go-to spot for great food and community spirit. Come see us today where every order supports our local champions.
Growing up in Northeast Louisiana, I was raised on neighbors helping neighbors, the spirit of entrepreneurship and good food, something we know a lot about at Coney Island Connection. We've turned those values into our mission. We believe giving back with a lot of food and lots of love has the power of bringing people together. We're more than a restaurant, we're family, and with your support, we're changing lives one meal at a time. Thank you for helping us to become known as a small business with a big heart.
If you were just in a car crash, the insurance company could already be calling you. Don't talk to them, talk to us. The call is free, and the difference could mean going into debt or getting the settlement you deserve. Pick up the phone and call us right now. Don't wait. Call Creed & Creed, 387-5800. You can count on Creed & Creed. Call today, 387-5800. Remember, Creed & Creed is all you need.
Call David's Mobile Detail and Power Wash for all your detailing and power washing needs and soft washing capabilities too. They detail cars, trucks, ATVs, UTVs, boats, and even planes. They offer commercial and residential hot water power washing on nearly all surfaces including concrete, wood, and stucco. Give them a call, 547-3233, or visit them online at davidsmobiledetail.com or stop by 2501 Washington Street in Monroe. David's Mobile Detail and Wash, proud supporter of Neville Tiger football.
Mama DeLuca's pizzas are custom made, fresh to order right in front of you. We offer 3 different sizes of pizza, 9, 12, or 14. Mama DeLuca's pizza is prepared to your order. The pizza cooks in less than 3 minutes. We have 16 different toppings to choose from, 8 unique sauces to complete your pizza. In addition to pizzas, we offer to our customers boneless wings with your choice of a dipping sauce. Mama DeLuca's Pizza offers delicious garlic Parmesan breadstick, freshly made to order pasta rolls. We're Mama DeLuca's Pizza in the Subway on Lammy Lane, and we hope to see you soon.
Sleepy Hollow Furniture and the Falk family proudly support our Neville Tigers. Just like the wide variety of athletics and academics Neville excels in, Sleepy Hollow offers your premium mattresses and adjustable bases, every kind of home furniture, and just in time for your favorite season, quality in-stock patio furniture ready for the big game. Come shop your Neville Tiger family at Sleepy Hollow Furniture.
And welcome back, everybody, as we've entered our third segment here on Tiger Talk. We're live once again from Melvin's Restaurant. Our third segment sponsor is going to be our new partners. Jeff Guerrero and crew have bought our radio broadcast partner, Sunny 98.3. It's Warrior Media. You've got a new station, 103 Rocks, and the Magic 106.1. The soul of the city. You can hear us like we are right now on Sunny 98.3. We also broadcast all of our football games there on Sunny as well. So thanks to them for being one of our sponsors. And We told you, alluded to it earlier in the show, but we're joined now by Neville head strength and conditioning coach Eric Herndon, and we were talking over the break. It's not your first time on Tiger Talk, but in fact, I think you may are you I think you're the longest tenured coach, or maybe no. There was a gap. We do this every year, but at the same time, from start to finish, you've been around up at Neville. When they come in their freshman year, they get introduced to him and his strength and conditioning program, and by all accounts, and we have first-hand knowledge of all this, one of the finest strength and conditioning coaches in the state, if not the region, and we're so grateful and Neville High School. And I think that he also deserves a round of applause, because what this guy does and his staff, and he's going to talk about him, he does teach them some lessons off the field. So thanks for that. And now that I've embarrassed you pretty good, let's get in. You know, Coach alluded to this earlier when we were talking on the football field. Out of 100-something guys, you had 70 catch that 30 for 30 or having that perfect attendance, and that's is a testament to the dedication that you see, because that's hard to do for any young man.
It's a tremendous sacrifice that they make. I mean, you take a kid that's in high school that can be doing a lot of different things at a lot of different places with a lot of different people, and they sacrifice 4 days a week to come up and work out. We're kind of structured a little bit differently than a lot of other schools, the way that we go about conducting it. But just like Coach Collins said earlier, I mean, that's one of the things that we try to harp on with the players is you've got a true investment in this. And, it's kind of like having you don't want to try to predict that we're going to do something that we're not capable of, but everybody knows what the standard is and what the goals are at Neville. And, we want to try to be the last team standing. You got to be able to bend and not break. It's a long football season. I mean, you get to where if you're fortunate enough to play in state championship game, I mean, that's 15 weeks and then another 4 weeks of camp. So that's 19 weeks of a lot of contact, a lot of falling down, a lot of bumps. Is an understatement, but it takes a tremendous amount of dedication for them to do it. And it's not just the guys that are 30 for 30. Is still a big sacrifice. And, I mean, I don't have my numbers right here in front of me, but there wasn't but about 4 players, and those 4 had some extenuating circumstances to deal with over the summer. So they make me look a lot better than I am, I can assure you, just by the amount of sacrifice that they put in.
Well, let's talk about strength and conditioning staff that you have up there. I mean, you're up there a lot, but who else do you have helping you out?
Well, this summer, we had a good crew this summer. Courtney Wallace was with us, Jaden Cole, Chris Campbell, Daniel Vanderberg, and probably my right-hand man would be John K. Lawrence. He's been a invaluable pickup for us. I guess he's going on his 4th year now. Really, really tremendous background that he had when he came to us. He was actually interning at ULM in the football department, and he was going to physical therapy school. We're getting ready to go, and he called and said, look, I think I want to get into strength and conditioning. I was like, well, this is not a text or a phone call. You need to come by, and we need to talk about it and kind of understand what the demands and what's going to go into this and everything else. And I can't brag on him enough. Hopefully he's watching right now, and everybody out there watching this understands just how important it is to surround yourself with good people that you can trust to ask questions or trust their eyes or their ears. What did you see today? What did you hear? Is there something that I'm missing? Technology helps out a lot with some of the things that we use every day, but at the end of the day, I mean, if you're just in tune with the players and you watch them and you listen to them, and if they come into the weight room and they've got a lot of energy, then it's generally pretty good. But if they come in dragging, and there's a time to dial it up and there's a time to dial it back, and you just got to be smart and diligent about what you do.
Well, you talked about technology, and we touched on this a little bit last year, but talk about some of the tools that you're using to track the progress and of some of your players. That it's really some interesting and cool stuff.
I think the biggest thing that The first and format is we use a system called Team Builder, which we can store all of our information on the players on a cloud. So it tracks them wherever they go. I can use it at work, on my phone. If a kid's on vacation, once we get them signed up, they can see what their workout is. And I don't even use everything that's in the program that it's set up for, but we started doing something different this year. Really, towards the end of the summer was a daily wellness check, just to kind of try to monitor how much they're sleeping, how much they're eating, how they feel mentally, how they feel physically. And you could get carried away with the number of questions you ask, but it's just information that we can see. And if it's something that carries on for a couple days, we can go to that player privately and kind of say, hey, what's going on? I noticed you're not eating. I noticed you not feel well, or anything else. And Coach Collins, I can't thank him enough. I mean, I don't think he's ever flat out told me no when I ask him for something. He might say we're going to wait on that, or let's do some more research or anything else. So he gives me a green light for what I want to do in the weight room, and I know that he trusts me. But he also, before he became the head coach, he was in the weight room with me as well, and I trust him in the weight room as much as I do on the field. The other big thing that we use is Catapult system. It's a GPS tracking system that really monitors the players throughout the week. And the way that our weeks are set up now that we're in season is going to undulate up and down, and we'll know exactly when to back off. But you've got those numbers to back up and see exactly what the workload was on the players. Everybody wants to see the top speed for the day, top speed for the game, but we can build our entire season off of practice from last year and compare it to the numbers of this year and say, okay, well, this year we're at X. Last year when we were playing Evangel, we were at Y. So we know that we're kind of putting the X and the Y plane together to understand that the kids are right where they need to be as far as mentally, physically, whether it's a hydration issue, you can go down a lot of different rabbit holes with technology, but, the best things we got is a whistle and a stopwatch. I mean, at the end of the day, that's really, just go to work.
And a question I've wanted to ask you, and you and I have talked a little bit over the past few years, but maybe you got a kid that's coming to Neville or whatever else. I mean, if there's like one or a couple of things a little piece of advice that you could give a young man or even woman that's getting into athletics, getting into all that. You've been around this high school for a very long time, but I mean, what would that advice be maybe to be the best athlete and to helpful to maybe be the best athlete and person that they can become when they step on campus?
I think that's a really good question. If you really do a deep dive on strength and conditioning today, from anybody from Tommy Moffitt at Texas A&M to Coach Miller, everywhere else, what you'll find is it's the people that are the best at the basics. I mean, can you hinge? Can you bend? Can you press? Can you pull? And, a lot of injuries that you see today is because players are so specific of just wanting to play one sport because they think that's the goal that's going to, or the pathway that's going to help them reach their goal, whether it's playing collegiately or whatever else. And there's a ton of really good athletes that are from our area that were multi-sport players. And I think if you are smart enough as a parent that you'll back off and kind of let your kid participate in a lot of different sports. The landscape of college athletics now and what they see on social media and everything else kind of gets them to think a different way. But there's got to be a recovery time with everything. I mean, I grew up playing football, baseball. I hate to say basketball because I kind of bounced with the ball up until junior high. And I think it allows you to participate and move in different planes, and it makes you a better athlete, whatever game that you're playing during that particular season. You just take baseball for one. I mean, you get a lot of lower back injuries because baseball is so prevalent now to where they've got to play so much. But there comes a time where you need to put your glove away, put your bat away, and go do something different. And it makes you miss the game. Yeah. Which I think makes a big difference as far as you enjoy in athletics in general. But to young players, I had a conversation with somebody not long ago. It's either too much too soon or too often. They'll get engaged in an activity, whether it's even weightlifting, which weightlifting is one of the safest things that you can participate in, as long as you take a methodical process and you don't try to get too far ahead of yourself, and you practice it safely. Even my own kids, my son's a freshman right now, and it's a very methodical thing as far as watching them how they grow. I mean, a young kid's going to go either up and out or out and up, and you got to understand that there's a lot of things going on with those young bodies, not only from a structural standpoint, but also on the inside of changes that you can't see, whether it's hormones or anything else. So if you get into the nuts and bolts of it, it takes 10 years to train an athlete. So you start in the 7th grade, and they push on through, and they finish up in college, and there you go. Voila.
Well, always good advice, and I always enjoy you coming and joining us each and every year here on Tiger Talk. Hate that we got to cut it off.
I thought we was going some more.
No, we got to talk to Coach Collins here about these Evangel Eagles. But a nice round of applause for Coach Eric Herndon. When we come back, we'll get Coach Collins back in the chair, and we'll talk about Pop Houston. I think a couple people have heard about that kid and see what these Evangel Eagles have in store for the Tigers tomorrow night. Stay with us for that. We'll be right back with more Tiger Talk right after this.
Catherine Joyce, Neville High School class of 1998, Sparks customer. Go Tigers! Amaya Dawson, Neville High School class of 2019, owner of a Nissan Sentra from Sparks Nissan. Go Tigers!
Will Shelby, class of 97, Sparks GM, Titan driver. Go Tigers!
Our team knows the winning combination is always Neville Nation and Sparks Nissan Kia. Join the team today. Remember, hot deals start with Sparks.
Hi, I'm Chris Lewis, the proud owner of Coney Island Connection. For nearly 20 years now, we've served the Oklahomites with our fast, friendly service and our famous chili cheeseburgers and our famous chili cheese dogs. Well, the chili is homemade. I'm asking you to stop by today and give us a try. We also serve hot tamales, roast beef po' boy, fried pickles, and much more. We even serve funnel cake fries here at Coney Island Connection on the corner of North 7th and Arkansas Road.
At Marion State Bank, we're committed to the growth of our community, starting with education. From elementary to high school and beyond, we invest in the growth of our students. Because strong roots begin with empowered minds, from local classrooms to high school athletics, and supporting college dreams. Marion State Bank, rooted in education and local athletics. Member FDIC and equal housing lender.
Hi, I'm Christian Creed with Creed & Creed. Whether it's on the field or in the courtroom, you deserve a team that won't back down. So if you've been injured in an accident, make the right call to your local legal team at Creed & Creed and let us help you win today. Let's go Tigers, and remember, home field advantage matters. Call Creed & Creed today. Proudly serving our great community for over 30 years. We are your local injury attorneys.
For over 50 years, Cartown has been servicing Northeast Louisiana, and the Neville Tigers have been a huge part of our growth. And for that, Cartown Tires and Service would like to say, go Tigers!
For over 140 years, football has been America's favorite pastime. Jim Taylor Buick GMC understands the importance of keeping traditions alive. Cheers may change, mascots may change, rivalries may change. But one thing remains the same. The best seat at the game will always be the tailgate of a vehicle from Jim Taylor.
Come experience what we're all about at Jim Taylor Buick GMC in Monroe.
Taco Bandito. I cook and service is speedo at Taco Bandito.
Taco Bandito on Forsyth Avenue in Monroe and Warren Drive at Cypress Street in West Monroe.
A sandwich with soup. No, salad.
With Nuke's Pick 3, satisfy all your cravings. Sandwich salad soup, sandwich soup mac, sandwich, sandwich, sandwich. Such possibilities from $12.99.
Nuke's, extra with every bite.
Hi, I'm Chris Lewis. Here at Coney Island Connection, we believe in giving back and showing a lot of love. And it's all made possible because of you. Thank you for making Coney Island Connection a small business with a big heart.
Imagine a world filled with love, laughter, and happiness. At the Tarver Braddock Foundation, we believe in the power of kindness. Inspired by Tarver's joyful spirit, we spread smiles through random acts of kindness. Join us in making the world a brighter place. Visit TarverBraddockFoundation.org to learn more and make a difference today. The Tarver Braddock Foundation. Share a smile, spread the love, and thank you for your support.
All right, we're back, everybody, for our fourth and final segment here on Tiger Talk. And once again, we're joined by Neville head football coach Mike Collins. And Coach, you know, we've playing a couple of familiar foes in these first couple of weeks, and it seems like these Evangel Eagles have got a little something going. And before we get into these Eagles, I know that Pastor Denny Duran, the head coach over there at Evangel, wasn't able to be at the Bayou Jamb press conference. He was having a little surgical procedure, and we hope that he's recovering nicely over there. But a man that's been around the football game of football for a long time, as you well know, is trying to leading a resurgence, if you will, of that Evangel football program. And he's got a good quarterback over there in the Pop Houston.
Got a good one.
And let's talk a little bit about the challenges that this year's Evangel team present.
Well, I think, you know, obviously the number one thing is the quarterback. And, you know, he's proven. He's a proven winner. You know, he's very, very athletic. He can spin the ball. I mean, he can throw the deep ball as good as anybody. And he can throw it on the run. And that's the other thing that's scary about him is he's really athletic, and he really can run with the football. So all those dimensions put together in one package presents you tremendous problems on defense, because you try to figure out whether you're going to rush him, how you're going to rush him. You know, then you got to play run defense, and then all of a sudden, you know, they're throwing it 5 or 6 times in a row, and then you got to try to figure out what kind of pass defense you want to do. And so I think it's, you know, instead of, you know, being a team that's just going to throw it all the time, or being a team that's just going to run it all the time, you know, you can kind of zero in on those people. And whereas, you know, when you have the ability that Pop has, he presents, again, a lot of problems for their defense.
And before my second question, I failed to mention our fourth segment is brought to you by our good friend Joey Trappe and his restaurants, Fieldhouse and Traps over there. And Joey's been a great supporter of you, Coach, as well as the Neville Neville Nation.
He's
for
got
a
a passel of youngins fixing to come
He does. But he's always there when you need him, and we appreciate his support. All right, so you know, one of the things that gets all the press, I mean, you got Evangel, you got Pop Houston, they've got Faith Family and Football, they got the TV show, they've got all this stuff. But what you fail to mention is that they've got talent outside of Pop Houston. They've got some good talent on the edge, and also some big guys on that defensive front.
They got them on defense. They got them on the offensive front too.
Yeah,
and that's the thing about it. I mean, their center is ginormous, and the left tackle's about 6'8", and you know, the right tackle is, and the guards look small because those guys are so big, and they don't look little to me, but they look, you know, on film, if you're just the average person looking at them, you say, well, those guys aren't very big. Well, you just don't realize how big the tackles are and how big the center is. But, you know, I think, you know, they present problems there. Then on defense, you turn around and the linebacker plays tailback for him, and he's really, really powerful, and he's really a good runner, you know, and a really, really good linebacker. So, I mean, you know, the thing that we try to talk to our players about is, again, it's not about who we're playing. It's about us. Can we do and sustain what we're supposed to be doing to be a productive football team offensively, defensively, and in the kicking game? And if we can, then, you know, we have a chance to be a good football team. So we'll see how that all plays out. I think that's important that, you know, that we do a very, very good job in all 3 phases of the game. And, you know, you talk about it all the time. We've worked extremely hard on all 3 phases. We don't just we put the same amount of time in kicking that we do in offense and defense. Now we just do it in different little segments throughout practice, but we put the same amount of time in practice that we do in all of those others. So, we hope that pays off somewhere down the road, whether it be kicking a field goal, whether it be kicking an extra point, whether it be punting somebody and down there deep, whether it be getting a great punt return out of it, kickoff coverage, covering the field, or kickoff return, returning the kick. So I think those are the things that are important. And, again, that's why we have us on the back of our shirts. Mm-hmm. It's about us. It's not about who we play, what they do, or anything else. But, yes, we're talking about Evangel, and they're very explosive offensively and, have shored their defense up tremendously since last year. And, as you watch them in the Jamboree against West Monroe, who they beat, a very, very good West Monroe team, in the Jamboree. Again, it's a Jamboree. It's two 12-minute halves, and it's a half a ball game. And but it just tells you a little bit about their team and the progress that they've made, overall. And, Denny and his staff have done a great job. I mean, those guys, I've known them for a long, long time. Denny was a player when I was a kid, running around out there being a ball boy. And, and Coach Alexander, I recruited his son Josh, who's the defensive coordinator, and then Coach Alexander, I was his GA, and he played at Tech for my dad. So, we got a lot of history with those guys. They do a very, very good job. They've done a good job of getting their team back together, so to speak. I say they got, in my opinion, they got the band back together.
Yeah.
So they've done a really good job with their program again.
Well, they definitely are. Looking forward to that. You can the gates will open tomorrow around 6 o'clock.
Yep, 5:30.
5:30. If you hadn't got your tickets, you get them there. We definitely want to see you in the stands at Bill Ruppel in what'll be an exciting Thursday night game. And as we go through this Thursday night, a lot of people have asked me, and it's due to the official shortage. So
it is, and Stewart Slaughter, the head of the officials, texted me and said, "Hey, Mike, I need you to play a game on Thursday night. I'm going to give you 2 dates, and my 2 choices were Evangel or Sterlington, which is homecoming." I said, "Well, we're not going to do homecoming, so we'll do Evangel." And we've seemed to have had that worked out for the last few years. We played them at Thursday night over there. We play, because of this official shortage in Shreveport. Same thing here. So we moved the game to Thursday night here on the first one. And, fortunately we played on Friday night, so we had an extra day, and they had, they played on Saturday. So, But anyway, it doesn't matter. It's about us and what we're going to do and the preparation we're going to have. And, everybody keeps asking me too about it. It is definitely white out. We are wearing white uniforms with a black helmet. And
I know they're selling T-shirts. You can go to
for our home game and
the Tiger Gridiron Committee, and they'll
one of the reasons I did it was because I thought it would be about 100 degrees out there.
Yeah,
and I said I'm going to wear the coolest uniform I can wear for our players.
Yeah,
and so that's why we did it. And by the way, Ronald Corley is always trying to bet me on something that he can work, how fast he can work the Rubik's Cube. I've seen him do it probably in about 20 seconds before, so trust me, he can go with it. And he's always trying to bet me on something and get me to –
well, I think in a later edition of Ronald's got to bring that Rubik's
He's got to come back
and
work it.
Or we'll film him.
Coach Campbell beats him in chess, though. Coach Campbell beats him in chess.
Yeah,
he can't beat Coach Campbell.
Well, it's going to be interesting, and we're glad we got to talk to all of those young men early on.
No doubt.
And Coach, we're about to be out of time, but, you once again put together a real easy schedule for the varsity football team. Evangel, we got Calvary. Then we travel to Hattiesburg in week 3, playing one of the top teams in Mississippi, Oak Grove, Mississippi, St. Thomas More, which you know about that. It seems to be the theme of the first 4 weeks are quarterbacks that are all going to college. And then we have Sterlington for homecoming, then Pineville away, and then we get back Ruston, and then at Ouachita, at West Monroe, and then we host Ash for senior night. It's going to be a heck of a year. We're all looking forward to it, as I know you and your players are, and so are these fans that have joined us here at Melvin's this Wednesday night. So from all of them, and including us here at the media team, good luck this year. We're looking forward to kicking things off tomorrow night at 7 o'clock.
Should be a great one.
Should be a great one. Okay, so for everybody that's shown up, and for Coach Collins, and we've got Coach Eric Herndon, and then the guys, Van Martinez, Ronald Corley, Davis Shelby, and Bennett McNabb, and Justin back in the Sunday Night 98.3 studios, and even Will Anders, who has been able. He's been with us for this time. We say good night here from Melvin's. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you tomorrow night at Bill Ripple Stadium.